There we go. Perfect. All right. So welcome everybody, whether you are watching this live or you're going to be watching the next couple of days. Thank you for carving out hopefully just about 10 minutes. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about Epicure. Obviously, whoever invited you to this Zoom thought that this might be a good fit for you in our current season of life, and would like to extend the invitation to you. At the very end, there is a special offer that I will be discussing. But for right now, we're just going to dive in, say a little bit about the company, what has changed in the last month or so because of COVID, and go from there. So first off, Epicure is a fully Canadian company. We've been around for 22 years. However, we went into the US market back in August. So now there's cross-border ability to sell and to share the business with others. So that's very exciting. So we are a self-sustained business, not in debt, and we're very passionate about helping people with one of the challenges that everybody faces, which is what's going to be for dinner, and how do I make it so that everybody in my family eats it. So our mission is basically good food, but fast. All right, so there are so many people that need us right now. Sorry, just gonna, oops. There's so many people that need us right now because there's 1 in 2 adults and 1 in 3 children who are overweight or obese. There's 1 in 5 adults that live with chronic disease, and 80% of it can be prevented by our diets. So, that's a great ability to be able to change somebody's life through what we do. The ingredients are worth sharing. They're easy to prepare. I have 4 children. Background story, I have been with Epicure for almost 9 years. I was supposed to start and finish within a month. My childcare was ending. My mat leave was ending for my first, and I was to go back to teach 3 months later. But of course, there was no income, and it was Christmas time. So I started really quickly for that reason, and I was going to quit within a month. That, of course, did not happen because, oh my goodness, I apologize. There's a new feature on this Zoom that pops up when people want to join, and I apologize if you keep seeing that pop up. I have to admin to let them in, so please bear with me with this new technical way of doing a Zoom. Anyway, so yes, part of why I stayed was how easy it is. So now fast forward, I have 4 kids. I am not teaching. I haven't taught for 6.5 years. I've been raising my children. But even though I love to cook in the past, I honest to goodness don't have any time to make meals that take more than 10 minutes. If it's not 10 minutes or less, it isn't going to be done. And I refuse to eat out of boxes and things like that because, number one, I know my kids can't handle the extra sugar and dyes, but also it's just too expensive for a family of 6. So I love the fact that it's raw to ready. We say 20 minutes, but for me, most of my meals are 10 minutes or less. So most people need that. They're time starved. What makes our products so amazing is that they're gluten-free and nut-free. They don't have any fillers. They're sodium and sugar conscious. There's no preservatives, and they're 85% non-GMO, which means basically it's the cleanest product you can get, which also means that you save money because you use less of the product when you're cooking with it. You pair that up with my favorite, just because I am so busy, the time-saving cookware. When you use our steamers, and if you've got one, you know how amazing they are. Every household should have one, in my opinion. When you pair that with this time-saving cookware, magic happens and stress goes away. So if you're thinking right now, why would I consider even having an Epicure business? Because you can share with people who are time-starved that one less stress that they have to deal with, which is how to make dinner right now. So we have amazing good food, and they stop stressing about what's for dinner, and they feel amazing about it. As a good food ambassador, you get to try out the latest foods, you get to help your customers, you get to change lives through your kitchen. You also get paid really well for what you do. So online reorders. So here is how Epicure has changed in the last month since COVID. We are not doing live cooking classes, which was our go-to-market way of sharing Epicure. And if you have Epicure in your life, you know that when you taste it the first time, you fall in love. In this case, things have changed. It's all online. However, the demand is through the roof. In fact, yesterday we had 5 times the amount of sales ever in one day, simply because people are wanting what they want. And we also had a sneak peek into the new summer lineup. So what happens now is that you do your cooking classes or cooking parties online. You basically show people what you're making for dinner, and you have an arsenal of help from myself and the leadership team of how to pre-post all of these posts in a 3 or 4 day party online. You get paid on Friday, which is absolutely fantastic. People will randomly pop up orders because they will be done with what they are, what they're out of. And as I mentioned earlier, the cross-border sponsoring and sales, so you can have sales from the opposite country that you are in North America. We also have a fully funded host program, which I know that people who are consultants love. So this week alone, for example, I had 4 cooking classes with a total of $750 of cash in my pocket. So that's 1 week. However, the host rewards were well over $400, which the company paid for. So basically, I got paid $750 for being at home, doing homeschooling and raising my children, all while just showing a couple of meals over 3 or 4 days. So pretty easy peasy, in my opinion. There's direct shipment, which means that you're not in charge of that. It goes straight to their door. And like I said, most orders are done online. So really all you're doing is putting your camera or your iPad up against a stack of books, pressing play or pressing start, and you're showing them what you're making for dinner. Which if you're a foodie, you're already taking pictures anyway, let's be honest. All right, so being part of something bigger. So right now, more than ever, people are wanting to feel connected to the outside world, especially if they live alone or they have a smaller family. They're wanting to, obviously people always want extra income. I don't know too many people who wouldn't love extra income, but you want to feel connected. And I love being able to talk to the organization, the members, the business partners. I love talking to my customers. For the fact that I absolutely was terrified 2 weeks ago of doing an online, cooking class, I'm now really loving the fact that I can get on there and talk to people, and people are loving and watching what I'm eating, what I'm cooking my family, and they are not expecting perfection. In fact, that's the exact opposite they're expecting. They're expecting real life. And so I feel very connected. It also is helping with mental health, being able to not only provide for the family because of everything that's going on financially in the world, but also just simply because I'm using my brain, I'm, getting out there, I'm sharing and things like that. So I feel like I have a purpose. I'm providing distractions for people. And, I'm finding definitely meaningful income with that. And I'm going to be quite honest, there's no sign of virtual life going away. This is going to be a way of life, and we're going to be in lockdown for a little while from what I understand. So this is a great way to continue, even if it's just a side business for the time being, it's a great reason to start. So what are some reasons? I talked a little bit about that a minute ago. Health and wellness. Some people love to have a get discount. They are an inner foodie. They want healthy food. They want to inspire other people. The income, like I said, $750 in my pocket solely for sharing what I made for dinner 3 or 4 nights this week. It's pretty fantastic. So I'm able to pay my bills. And in the past, I've paid for my children's Montessori. I have 2 in hockey. We go to Disney every couple of years, and that completely comes out of my pocket. So you can make, on average, about $100 for these cooking classes. So just think about it. What could you do with an extra $4,800, a month? If you're looking for a career change, which most people that come in here are not looking for a career change, they're quite happy with their career. But if you were, what would you do with $400,000 a year? That is possible. There is no glass ceiling with Epicure. One of my favorites that I never expected was friendship and fun. Kate, before we started here, I know Kate's on tonight, she was giggling about something we had at our leaders retreat. So we had a leaders retreat up at her place back in, I guess it was February, and we had so much fun. And I absolutely adore the ladies that I get to work with, and gentlemen, I shouldn't just pick the ladies, but absolutely adore working with the ladies that are now my friends and that my kids will see the pictures of and say, oh, I know that kid. So that's really great. Let's see, we also have the flexibility. So like I said, right now more than ever, people need the flexibility. So whether you're working outside the house or in the house, or you're simply just trying to figure out homeschooling, which is a big task, let's be honest, you can work around this. So right now, my husband is putting our last child to bed while I pop on here quickly, explain what we do, and then I'm gonna go back up there and spend some time with him. Tomorrow morning, I will set out the homeschooling stuff. I'll work a little bit with certain kids, and then I will pop down here for about an hour, check in with orders and give out thank yous. And that's my day tomorrow. But I'm completely able to be with my children and take advantage of the positives that COVID is presenting us. It's not all bad. All right, recognition and advancement. Oh my gosh, there is so much. Presidential trips. I've been to Portugal and Disney and Niagara-on-the-Lake with Epicure. I've walked across stage and been given jewelry. I've had the president come to our hometown and do a product launch. It's absolutely fantastic because as a stay-at-home working mom, I don't get recognition for when I change a diaper or when I change dishes over. So, being rewarded that way means so much. And a lot of people are looking for that, especially these days. So what's your reason? There's so many different ones. And we would love to join or have you join for whatever your reason is. Now, I did say there was a special offer right now. And so what the special offer is, and Epicure has never done this before, and this is why it's so important for me to share this right now, because I know that it's changed my life, being able to raise my children, and I know it's changed other people's lives with the connections they make with friends and, being able to pay bills or whatever their reasoning is for their business. The amazing offer that Epicure has that they've never done before is for the first time, all hosts for the month of April are able to exchange their host rewards. Remember how I said the company was so generous? They're able to exchange their host rewards and get the business kit, which you see on the screen right now. So that business kit is worth well over $400, and you can exchange your rewards for that when you host an online party right now, or you can use a half price because hosts get half price items as well. So you can start a business as low as $75, and if you're American, or just over 80 as a Canadian, and keep all the freebies to add to your pantry as well. So again, it's a super way to start because it's not costing you anything to host a class. So basically it's a win-win. Either you host and you get the freebies and you had a fun week this week coming up, or you host and you take advantage of the business opportunity and you see what kind of income you can make. Now, the one question I always get is, what kind of training do we offer? Well, right now, basically, I am helping the whole organization run the online classes, just simply because it's new territory for all of us. And we are having a lot of fun. We have a mega party going on this week. And I think the last time I checked, we were around 15 hosts. So we're gonna have a huge mega party, and it's a great opportunity for new people who want to be a host to come in, get a real feel for what we do, and then make the decision. So I encourage you that, in fact, tonight I don't actually want you to contact the consultant that invited you and say, I wanna join. I want you to contact the consultant and say, I would love to host, and at least bare minimum, I want to eat for free next week. So I will open it up if anybody has any questions, but I would love to end it here and respect your time. And by all means, I hope I get to see many of you in our mega class this week. So I will stop talking right now, give a minute in case anybody has any questions, And if not, again, I encourage you to reach out to the consultant that invited you, or reach out to me if you have more questions, and get invited to our mega party, and let's get your pantry full of yumminess, if not a amazing business opportunity by the end of the week. Okay, well, I'm guessing that everybody has got their answers to their questions. And again, like I said, feel free to reach out. We would love to have you this week, you and your friends join in the fun at least. Anyway, thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.